Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for staying with us. Professor Sola Adeyeye, the Senate Chief Whip, has been talking to us on Sunday Politics right here. And we're talking about the executive legislative row and some issues pertaining to the Nigerian budget and how this whole political drama will be over. Let's continue with the conversation. If you hear some of the thoughts and the opinions of legal practitioners and eminent Nigerians about what exactly is happening, for example, on the confirmation of Mr. Magu, some opinions are that the National Assembly is grandstanding the executive arm of government, and that is actually acting in a position where his right does not domicile. And the issue of confirmation of Mr. Magu, there are some personal interest in what is happening right now.
Listen, anywhere in the world, it is not unusual that sometimes personal interests come into bear in politics. But when they come to bear, what one hopes is that conscience, patriotism, and good judgment will prevail, such that we all can act in what is in the best interest of the Republic. When that is not being done, and when either side is citing the Constitution as the basis for his own implacable stand, what should happen? Fortunately, under Obasanjo, we had a similar case with regard to Section 315 of the Constitution, where Abia and federal government were loggerheads as to what should be the efficacy of the Physical Mobilization and Revenue Act. Who went to court? It was the Attorney General of Nigeria that approached the Supreme Court and asked for a judicial interpretation. Why did he do that? Because he was convinced it will win the case. And indeed, it won the case. So I now say, because people keep saying, why don't you people who are in the Senate go to court? Honestly, I have approached lawyers. And when the time comes to write my memoir, I will name their names. I was willing to take this case to court. The lawyers themselves advised me that I was correct, but that I should not go to court.
What's your position?
My position is that the Electoral Act, made in pursuant to Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution, stipulates that nobody can assume the chairmanship of the EFCC until you have been confirmed by the Senate. Now they are saying that that act contravenes Section 171, in particular, subsection 2D. You know, interpreting a constitution is almost like reading the Bible. You must not base a doctrine on one line. You must read the entire provision. And when you read the entirety of Section 171, there are sufficient reasons there to know that those who have been saying that the executive can go ahead without the confirmation of the Senate are wrong.
But what about what the law says about whether or not Mr. Magu or anyone else can be in the acting capacity?
Wonderful. If you want the man to act, you don't need any permission to come to the Senate upon the man to go and act. The moment you say you want the man to take the substantive office, that's your intention. You've declared it.
But why is this?
And the man now comes. Okay. No. If you ask me a question,
go ahead, please.
Fair enough to let me respond.
Go ahead, please.
If you ask the man to hold the substantive office, and the man is denied, there is nowhere in the world, not from America, where we copy this system, will you ask a man to be into this post? Because what they are doing is dangerous. What they are doing is dangerous. The danger is this. You bring a Supreme Court judge. It's not confirmed. So the president says, go and act. You bring a chairman. The Senate says no. You say, go and act. Eventually, you run the country by acting officers. That's not the intention of the Constitution. The provision for confirmation is not given to every office. The offices to which this provision is stipulated are the offices whose influence are so pervasive and wide that they must not be abused. And the recent history of Nigeria is such that we now see the wisdom of that provision. Because in our lifetime, and in your own lifetime, we have seen the office of the chairman of the EFCC being so wantonly abused to the extent that 5 legislators were used to remove a governor from office in a state where the legislature comprised 24 members. It is to prevent such abuse that the Senate has to lend its confirmation, having a chance to look at the temperament, not just the professional qualification of a nominee. And I think I salute those who crafted our constitution and put it there. Those who believe that this provision is in error and that it contravenes the constitution should go to court and challenge it.
Prof, just on one hand, let's put legality on one hand.
Yes.
Morality now. You understand what is the word on the street?
Yes.
Have you been hearing what people are saying?
Tell me some of it.
I mean, some of the comments are that there's so much that the National Assembly is scared of. Why is some of the senators afraid of Magu?
Okay. One, I'm not afraid of Magu.
Some of your colleagues are?
I don't know. Ask them. I'll tell you one thing. If I'm arrested anytime in this country on matters of corruption, I will not need a lawyer. I will do what Permanent Secretary Sola did before the Shomolu Tribunal in 1968. I will go there, take my documents, defend myself. If I'm guilty, prison, here I come. If I'm not guilty, I go back home. Listen, if you base it on that because you suspect people are being investigated, that's where they are opposed to that. And therefore, they are acting in bad faith. And therefore, you are saying there are some rotten eggs in the National Assembly. Because it's a human society, I will not be surprised if there are rotten eggs in the National Assembly.
Are there?
But,
Prof, are there?
You see, the statement I made is clear-cut. You understood me.
No, you said,
but the issue,
but I'm saying,
the issue is this. The issue is this. I say I will not be surprised. Whether they are not or not, it's your job to investigate. It's not my job. But the point I'm saying is, if there are bad eggs in the National Assembly, is that why